Yeah, that was Beyonce. Hey, welcome to Heritage Church. My name is Michael. I'm one of the pastors here. At least I'm acting like one. We're glad you're here today. Pastor Suzanne was up a little bit earlier. We're glad you're here for this message series. If you don't mind, pull out this announcement sheet. I'm having a little side conversation over here. If you don't mind, pull this out. Show it to me so I know you're all paying attention. Yeah, grab the pen right in front of you. If you don't mind, fill the back of that out. It's called a Connect card. It's how we communicate with each other when there's so many of us. Even if you've been here a million times, fill that out so that we know you were here, because if somebody goes missing, it's kind of hard in a crowd to know that you're not okay. So please let us know. You can communicate with us on that. There's all kinds of things. If you're a guest here today, please understand we won't misuse your information or anything like that. We'll just send you a little information about the church. And if you're a guest here today, thank you for coming out today. And we have a little gift for you, a little guest gift for you. They're on the table on the way out the door on the right. Make sure you get one per family. We'd love you to have it. Just a little way to say thank you. It's got some information about the church in there too. So please do that. We are glad you're here for this message, this upgrade series. I'm going to miss Beyonce when it's gone because I like Beyonce. But yeah. All right, we're glad you're here. And you know what? We all love upgrades. We all like getting them. You know the one I've never really gotten that I really, in my heart of hearts, I really want one day? I want that upgrade up to first class in an airplane. You know, because you could just imagine there's all kinds of really cool things happening beyond the curtain that you can't see. You know, there's back rubs and champagne is flowing, and it's just, I just want that. Just once, I want that, but I'm too cheap to buy the ticket, so it's not going to happen. But, you know, we love upgrades. And, you know, the Christian faith is supposed to be an upgrade. It's supposed to be value added to you and to this world. And we don't think that sometimes, especially if we haven't been in the faith and we have a lot of myths running around in our head about what the Christian faith is about. One of those myths is that I have to give up so much and that my life will be dull and boring and I can't have fun. And nothing could be further from the truth. I used to think that way too, but nothing's further from the truth. This is a value-added life. It is so much more meaningful, so much more full than a life without God. I can tell you that right now. It is a life upgraded. And that's our scripture for this whole series. We've been talking about this verse from 2 Corinthians from Paul. It says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old is gone, the new is here. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. You're not being reformed, re-educated, rehabilitated. You're being recreated from the ground up. This is a whole new way of being. And half of our problem as followers of Christ is when we don't see it that way. Well, I just got to learn some new things. I need to behave myself. No, that's not the faith. This is a whole from the ground up kind of thing. And so today, this is such an important message, especially for our seniors. And we've got a lot of college kids coming back because you guys are about to dive off into the wonderful world of adulting. And so today's message is something, well, yeah, you're going to go to college. I don't know how adulting that is. Some of you are going to go in the military, you know. But you're getting there. You're getting there. And so today's message is critical for you to be able to live this upgraded lifestyle. And there's one word in this that I want to highlight for you, and it's that word ministry. You've been given a ministry of reconciliation. You were saved to serve. You've been given a responsibility, because with the recreation comes a responsibility. And sometimes, and you know, that can mess with you a little bit, because a lot of the church has sold you this bill of goods that, man, if you just give your life to Jesus, everything will be great. It'll be, you know, unicorns and puppies and sunflowers, and one day you get to go to heaven. And they make it all about you. But we forget that other side of this, that we were saved to serve. We were saved to serve. We've been given a responsibility. In fact, we have an upgraded responsibility. And that's the other side of this. And you might think, well, how is responsibility an upgrade? It is. It is. Let's talk about this. This is what Paul would say about it. If you were just coming to Christ, this is what he would say. He'd say, don't you realize that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and was given to you by God? That's the gift of God for us. You do not belong to yourself, for God bought you with a high price, so you must honor God with your body. We are not our own anymore. We belong to God. He bought us out of that slavery to sin. And you know, the reason he had to buy us, the reason he had to pay the price was because of our irresponsibility and the irresponsibility of people around us who passed that on to us. Without this upgraded responsibility, what good use is the recreation without a sense of, I owe it to God to do this his way this time? You know, there's a story that's in the Bible that's actually older than the Bible. It's the very first story in the Bible. And in fact, it was an oral tradition. People would sit around a campfire and older men would tell the young people this story. Their elders would stand around and just tell them this story. And for one reason only, to show them that they had a responsibility to this world, a God-given responsibility. It's a story of Adam and Eve. And God asked them to be responsible for two things. Number one, creation. You're supposed to be responsible for this world that I've placed you in. You were supposed to take care of it. Take care of this creation. That's what God told them. And you're supposed to take care of each other. Be fruitful and multiply. Take care of your relationship. I want you to have a relationship with this world that I've given you, and I want you to have a relationship with each other. Two things. And they failed at both of them. They were irresponsible with both. That's what that story's about, is to tell us, listen, we have a responsibility, and we've been dropping the ball on it. That's what that story's about. It's an upgraded responsibility. And Jesus even shares this with his followers and shares it with us through the scriptures. And he tells them a parable about their responsibility. And it's right in the middle of a bunch of other stories and parables in the Gospel of Matthew, where he knows he's about to be arrested and tried and go and be crucified. And so he's really trying to hand the baton off to his disciples. He's even told them things like, you will go on to do greater things than me. He's handing the responsibility to his followers. And that same responsibility comes to us as well. We're being entrusted with the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're being entrusted. It's a recreation. God is making right the things that went wrong from the beginning, and he's asking us, the people that he's called, to serve as responsible stewards, managers of this world and of our relationships with each other. As we're being entrusted with it. And so Jesus tells them this story about what the kingdom of heaven is supposed to operate like. Listen to what he says. He says, again, and seniors, pay attention to this because this is so critical. Because if you can absorb this, you can take this, you're going to find adulting so much easier. It's going to be so much easier if you take this one lesson and you incorporate it into your life and everything you do. If you can make this part work, the rest of it will fall in place for you. He says it will be, the kingdom of heaven will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted them with his wealth. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold. To another, he gave 2 bags. And to another one bag, each according to his ability. And then he went on his journey. The baton was passed. The man who had received the 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. He was a boss, wasn't he? And the one who got 2 bags of gold gained 2 more, but the man who received 1 bag went off and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. Right? And here's the thing I love about this. There's another myth about our faith that in order to serve God, you have to have these massive amounts of faith. I'm here to witness to that not really being true, okay? Because I serve God, and it's been a trip, all right? It's been a journey for me. I've had to grow into this thing. In fact, I have a plaque on my desk that says Reverend Michael Katchke, and I sit it in front of me to remind me that I'm a pastor. I don't turn it around the other way. The thing about God is he's not going to give you more than you can bear. God's not going to entrust more to you than you're capable of reasonably growing into. Jesus said, I don't tie heavy burdens on people's backs. My yoke is light. God isn't going to give you more than you can deal with or grow into. He doesn't expect you to live up to faith you don't have. But he does expect you to live up to the faith he's given you and to the responsibility he's given you. You've been recreated for responsibility. He expects that much. We have to prove ourselves trustworthy. Listen to how he continues the story. He says, after a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. Don't miss that. Let that one sink in. At some point, those of us who call ourselves followers of Christ will have to kneel before the throne and settle accounts for what we've done, for what we've left undone. Don't miss that part. God expects us to prove ourselves trustworthy with the riches that he's given us. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought in another 5. Master, he says, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold, and see, I've gained 5 more. And his master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. Those are words we'd all love to hear. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many. Come and share your master's happiness. And then the man with 2 bags of gold also came. He said, Master, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold, and see, I gained 2 more. And his master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with a few things. I'll put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. And you know what I love? The guy who doubled the 5 bags of gold didn't get it any better than the guy that doubled 2. God only expects you to live up to the faith you've been given, and you will grow into it. You will grow in it. And you will do well, but you have to take that responsibility seriously. And you know what? Here's the bonus plan. You get a promotion when you do it. You get more responsibility. And you're like, wow, how's that an upgrade? Right? All of a sudden, I have to be more responsible, right? Do you remember when you bought your first car? Not your parents bought you a first car. When you bought your first car with your money you worked hard for. Do you remember that? Do you remember that moment? Do you remember when you bought your first house and then realized it didn't come with toilet paper? A switch flipped on, right? All of a sudden, this is mine. I'm responsible for this, right? I'm making the mortgage payments. I'm doing this, right? Do you remember when you paid for your first college class? Not that student loan you're still trying to pay down, but you paid for the college class. How seriously did you take that class? 4.0, baby. I paid money for this. Right? I'm getting the most out of this. I'm doing even the extra reading, right? Something happens. There's a switch that flips in you when you start to take things serious. You stand up a little straighter. You feel a little bit more pride, not of arrogance, but of ability. I did this. I made this happen. I'm capable of this. I can live into this, right? The rewards for responsibility are intrinsic. They come with the territory. When you stand up and you earn it on your own and you do it on your own, it's one thing. It's great to be thankful for the blessings we received. That's great. For somebody to lift you up and invest in you and do good things for you, be thankful for that stuff. But man, God wants you to stand on your own too. To take responsibility for the faith he's poured into you, for the wealth he's surrounded you with, for the relationships and the world that you live in. We are called to take, and when we do, when we start to live into that faith, you start to walk in that faith, man, you stand a little straighter. Your self-worth goes through the roof. You have to prove yourself trustworthy, though. So what about if we just don't really believe in ourselves? What if we don't really believe in ourselves? What if we mistrust this whole setup? What if we don't really believe in God? That God's as good as everybody's been pushing God off to be, and we're a little scared of this whole thing. What if we mistrust all of it? How does that play out? And Jesus does that. He says, the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. He said, Master, I knew that you're a hard man, harvesting where you haven't sown and gathering where you hadn't scattered seed. In other words, he's a criminal. He's mean. He's tough. So I was afraid, and I went out and I hid your gold in the ground, and see, here's what belongs to you. And you would think, okay, whatever, give me money, right? But his master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvested where I had not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed? Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. You know, here's what's going on here. He doesn't have any confidence. He's afraid that if he messes up, he'll get punished. And so he just buries it in the ground and hands it back to him, and then excuses his misbehavior by blaming the master, the one who gave it to him in the first place. He projects his own fears onto the master. And God's not playing that game. God's not going to play that game where we get to just, I was scared, God, I couldn't do it. No. We have to step up. We have to be responsible with this thing that God has given us. That's why we have Pass It On pasted all over this church. For those who have been given much, much more will be required. We are responsible for this, and we can't just write it off. How would you feel? Just think about it for a second. Personalize it. You put yourself in the master's place. You've worked hard. You've provided someone with untold riches, trying to invest in them, trying to lift them up. You've sacrificed for them. You've done over and over and over again. Sounds like a lot of parents, right? And all you wanted them to do was just the bare minimum. Just do the bare minimum to make something out of this, right? Just become a responsible human being. And what do? They throw it in your face at the end of it and blame you for it. What would you do with that person? How would you handle that? What would it make you feel like to have that thrown back in your face after you've sacrificed and killed yourself to lift this person up? I can tell you if that person worked on staff, they wouldn't work there very much longer. They wouldn't. There'd be a redistribution of my wealth. I'd put my money on a winning game, right? I'd put my money on a sure thing, someone who's going to take advantage of that moment and make the best out of it. Someone who's going to step up and prove themselves faithful over and over and over again. And that's what happened. He says, so take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. And whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them, and throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I entrusted you with something. And you didn't even bother to do the bare minimum and then blamed me. You're fired. You don't work here anymore. And guess what? It's hell out there. It's rough outside of the kingdom of God. And if you're going to operate your life taking no responsibility, zero responsibility for it, all you're going to do is create more hell around you. That's it. See, when it comes to the kingdom of heaven, playing it safe is taking a chance. And taking chances is playing it safe. You're invited to take risks in your faith. And you're like, well, what if I mess up? That's why we're forgiven. That's why we're forgiven. You're allowed to mess up, fail forward. You know what God's going to do when you mess up? God's going to pick you back up, dust you off and say, that was a great try. Let's try that again. Except this time, let's go this way. That's what's going to happen. Do you trust that? See, we have a choice. We can do that. Or we can not work for God at all. We can just bury it in the ground. This wonderful gift we've been given, this upgrade. But we were recreated for responsibility. Never lose that. You know, so as our seniors and our college kids you guys are headed out into the world of adulting. And it's rough. And at some point, you're going to have to buy your own toilet paper. And that switch is going to flip in your head. And you're going to go, wow, I'm responsible for this. At some point, you're going to have kids. And you're going to look at that little baby looking up at you with complete dependence. And you go, wow, I'm responsible for this. And you're going to look at your spouse. And you're going to look at whatever relationship you created between you. And you're going to go, I'm responsible for this. But there's one more relationship that we're responsible for. It's not just responsible for creation, not just responsible to each other, But we're responsible to God. And if you get this relationship right, all the rest will fall in place. But you got to put it in the right order. James, who is Jesus' little brother, he didn't really believe in Jesus at first. It came after the resurrection. He thought his brother was nuts, actually. He kind of thought he was crazy, that he'd lost his mind. But after the resurrection, it became quite clear to him who Jesus was. And James wrote some beautiful things in his letter. It's near the end of the Bible. If you care to read it, it's only 5 chapters. It's great. But one of the things he wrote was just pure common sense. He said, "Come now, you who say," and this is especially good for our students here, "Today or tomorrow, we'll go to such and such town and spend a year there doing business and making money." That's what we're setting you up for, right? So you can go be responsible adults, go be good little capitalists, right? Yet you don't even know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? You're a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say this, and this is the right order. If the Lord wishes, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogance, and all such boasting is evil. And anyone who knows the right thing to do and fails to do it commits sin. If we bury that relationship, that one primary relationship in the ground, we will live outside of the kingdom of heaven, and it's hell out there. The upgrade doesn't exist out there. You get this one relationship right. You put this one relationship first. You go to God first with everything that you want, and you will be led into the kingdom of heaven. You will be led to greater and greater acts of faith. You will grow in your faith. You will become a responsible adult. It sounds just like what your parents want for you. More than anything else in the world, they want you to be a responsible, upstanding adult that cares about the world they live in, willing to make a difference in it, who cares about the people in their life, who feels a sense of responsibility to the people and to the world around them. God is just asking us to grow up. That's the upgrade. We were recreated for responsibility. Amen.
Introduce you to some new things and upgrade you.